In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
We're already trying to break him.
It's going to be one of those days.
It's going to be something. It's going to be something. I know that.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. I mean, it's either going to be fun or it's going to be fun and horrible.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because for us, it'll be fun no matter what. For the listeners,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
That's pretty par for the course, though. That's pretty par for the course.
Good enough. Mediocrity.
This is the Freedom Friends podcast, brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. I am definitely under the weather.
Yeah.
I can hear it in my own headphones. Jesus. Use that code FTFO to score you that sweet 15% off over there. Wellness.us for all your CBD treats and needs. Go over there. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That gets you a quarter off your order there.
John's going to bathe in some of that tonight.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised I don't smell freeze gel right now.
It didn't really set in until about midday today. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. And then, of course, IC Tech coolers for those who get it. Go to ictech.com. Get yourself a quality cooler and use that code FreedomFriends10 to get you 10% off. Oh, boys.
Yeah.
If you took 10 pounds of poop and put it into a 5-pound bag,
Yeah.
I'm hovering right there.
That's called a blibbit.
A blibbit. Yeah.
It's the actual term for it.
That's what it is?
10 pounds of poop in a 5-pound bag is a blibbit.
Yep.
Okay.
Blibbit.
I'm going to have to remember that.
I think Mythbusters did.
It's a blibbit.
They did something on that.
It's
one
a lot
time.
easier
They
to
tried
say
do that.
blibbit than it is 10 pounds of poop in a 5-pound bag.
Yeah.
I mean,
A blibbit.
yeah.
There you go.
It'd be more fun to explain.
Now you know.
That's a blibbit. But
I'm
what's a blibbit?
genuinely, because I've never heard that word. I didn't know that was in the zeitgeist.
And this is why during
It
the
is,
apocalypse, I get to be the oracle.
There it is, boys and girls. The newest fucking thing that you need to learn today. Right
look
there.
at the timing.
5 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag, or 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. Fuck.
5 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag is just.
That's just a bag.
5 pounds of shit.
That's just a bag of shit.
That's
Yeah.
just.
Yeah. Not a blibbit.
That's
no,
Tuesday.
not a blibbit.
That's
just,
a Dave.
That's a Dave.
Yeah.
That is a Dave. That is the appropriate amount of shit in the appropriate sized bag.
Justin, I want you to Google blibbit real quick.
Oh, I want to watch him spell this so bad.
Blibbit.
Oh, he got it.
Urban Dictionary. Let's see.
What is
it
blibbit? Please, somebody says it does. 10 pounds of feces in a 5-pound bag.
Get the
blibbit.
fuck out of
Oh,
here.
my God.
Why did you think I was lying to you?
I honestly thought you were fucking with me. That sounds like a made-up word. Let's be real. Also true.
I've also been on
I
the
don't-
receiving end of Jazz saying some shit like that's called blibbit, and I'm like, oh, and then like a month later, he's like, I was joking. Right?
Yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the wish.com ad is over here on the third one in. Oh,
The fourth one.
the fourth one now.
What is that?
I'm telling you
I-
right now, boys, I'm not fucking clicking it.
It's a
Don't
slap.
even think about it.
It's a slap.
Yeah, a blibbit.
That's a slap right there.
Yeah.
That's a slap.
A blibbit. 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Y'all think YouTube will flag us if we call this episode blibbit?
No.
No.
Give it a run.
Sweet.
Give it a whirl, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I like their usage though. He got in a blibbit of trouble for
Yep.
coming home late.
That means a lot.
It's a blibbit.
Origin, U.S., rural.
Yeah. It's because I am cultured.
Well, you're not in contemporary U.S. rural fashions.
Apparently, you are not up to speed on contemporary U.S. rural colloquialisms.
A blibbit refers to anything filled to or beyond capacity. That's why we're friends.
I'm just gonna start calling people blibbits.
That beats the other word you used.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. So,
Yeah.
Jazz, you're back. You were gone last week. We had the incomparable Jack Mandeville sit in your chair for you.
Yeah. I can still feel the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry. The second one is amazing. Such a large bowel movement that would overflow a toilet or container, so the person does it in their pants. It wasn't long before the liquidity blibbit began to spill down their
Liquidy
pants.
blibbit began to spin. Which is still too much shit in a receptacle too small.
Yeah.
Like that's
That just means that their pants are only rated for 5 pounds. And it was definitely a 10-pound shit.
Good thing he wore his brown pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were under the weather last week.
I was. My guts were trying to stage a rebellion.
No, it's just a new crash diet.
But I didn't have the Ukrainian budget to deal with it. So
you look thin.
Yeah, just fucking, bro. Like I don't know what all those celebrities are paying for all those cleanses or whatever. Just get yourself a 3-day stomach flu.
Yeah, right. You're fine. Yeah.
Cleanse you right out.
You don't need no colon blow.
Years ago, I wanted to figure out how to sell tapeworms.
That was like a thing for a while.
I know, but we could bring it back. There could be like a fad diet that people.
I bet you there still is people who pay for tapeworms.
Well, you bought like a little vial that had like a
and you just
like a
down the hatch.
microscopic one, and you just fucking drank it, and then that's how you stayed thin.
You just need a really good TikTok ad campaign.
Just feeding my tapeworm.
My whole thing is like, why tapeworm?
His name is George.
Yeah, right.
It's way cheaper.
All right, fair. The tapeworm is the more economical route.
Do you know how they like the old school way of finding out they had a tapeworm is they would watch their butthole while they slept. Because when you sleep, apparently the tapeworm
like sticks its little oxygen hole
pokes
out.
its little head out. And it just kind of right out the poop hole. And they're like, oh, he's got a worm. And that's how they would get it. They would grab it. So you would just be sleeping and all of a sudden get woke up to someone pulling a fucking 3-foot worm out of your
But that's
butt.
the thing is that you only knew it had to be long enough that it would reach down. Though, because they hook into your
somewhere.
Like the side of your intestine or whatever.
Yeah. Like, but that's like they would. That's fucking crazy to me. Like,
so you could.
I'm just gonna watch your butt. I'm on butthole watch tonight. I'm just gonna watch your butthole while you sleep.
So tapeworms are quite possibly the anti-blibbit.
Truth.
Yeah.
They eat blibbit.
No, they eat shit. So you can't be a blibbit.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
blibbit prevention.
It's a blibbit prevention device. Yeah.
I like it.
And there's your tagline, boys.
Blibbit prevention device. Yeah. Fucking there you
go. Then we got Dave with us filling in for Scott.
Heyo.
Scott is heading overseas.
What's going on with this thing?
Heading out of the country this week. So
who?
Scott.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Sorry. I heard you talking about Dave. I missed the whole Scott part.
The partner that you have.
Like, who's going on? Yeah. No. Yeah. He's gone.
Yeah. He's heading down to Nicaragua to do warfighter tobacco things.
Yep. Working on some new shit.
But you got me, you got Jazz, you got Dave, and of course we got John.
Yay.
I don't know how fucking how good this is gonna be.
That sounded awful, by the way. You're like, yeah, we've got me and Jazz and Dave, and of course there's John.
There's John.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Maybe go sit over there and watch.
Dude, actually, I might go over there with you. Just leave these two here.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like,
we'll just yell from the couch.
I still love you, buddy.
Yeah.
Settle down there, Chris.
Yeah.
Speaking of Freeman, I'm drinking the whiskey you gave me, so I appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah.
Give me a little birthday present.
Mine is sitting next to my old fashioned kit that he gave with it, and it's been wonderful. Just like having the appropriate parts just sitting around to.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't do was the hot chocolate bomb because it was a Christmas present, so it had the hot chocolate piece. In it. I didn't do the bomb. Not because I didn't want to. It's because I left it in the back of my truck, and
they bombed themselves.
I don't know if you know what happens to milk chocolate in a truck.
Yeah.
In Texas.
It's nothing good.
No, don't open that box.
Well, luckily it was like in the plastic in the box.
Yeah.
So it looked like a blibbit.
I don't think it was though, because it was in the appropriate container.
What's the opposite of a blibbit? What's 5 pounds of shit in a 10?
Not enough shit.
Yeah.
Is there a word for it?
I don't know.
Depends on if you're a pessimist or
I'm
an
gonna
optimist.
go. You know what? I'm gonna submit it, and I'm gonna go. It's called a tibble. It's a tibble. That's not enough shit.
Yeah.
in a bag.
If it's not in there, I say we fucking put it in
It's
there.
an underfilled shit bag.
Yeah.
It's a tibble.
It's a tibble.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's tibib.
To all the boys I've loved before. What?
Look, I get that you're.
buddy.
I get. No, tibble. No B on the end. Dude, I get you can't spell, but
Well,
that's
I
just
assumed you were saying
that's bonus
Blibbit.
letter. No, backwards? No.
yeah. That's
Tibble.
what I was guessing you were
Tibble.
going with. Nope.
I'm gonna go.
T-I-B-B-L-E.
I'm actually. I'm gonna spell it. Yeah, I'm gonna spell it T-I-double-B-L-E.
Yeah.
Tibble. My word. Claiming it. My word.
They'll be like, what does that mean?
Apparently I'm wrong, 'cause
Just
that-
means not enough poop.
That thing look it had an auto response.
It just broke. Sorry for all the freedom in the background. They're still flying.
Boys
I don't
are
know if you
after
guys
it.
can hear it.
Simple data frames. Fuck you. No.
No.
What is a tibble? Literally, that's one of the people who was. What is a tibble? Tibbles are data. But not enough of it, though. That's what we're doing.
It's not enough
No.
in a container. So
Yeah.
Anyways.
So we had TPE last week.
yeah, you were in Vegas. How'd it
In
go?
Vegas for a trade show. It went well. It was surprisingly, we drank a very, very good amount.
That's not surprising.
That's not surprising.
at all.
But we
This is not my surprise
but we
face.
weren't hungover. Like running on 3-4 hours of sleep and wake up and I'm like,
Dude, that's just practice.
Yeah,
but I know it's just weird.
you're just well practiced.
I know,
sir.
right?
I actually,
So,
I meant before you went to TV, I meant to ask you to look for something for me, and then I forgot to tell you.
Oh.
And now it's too late.
Well, it's like
It
you
might have
and
been
I,
there.
you and I went to a fucking concert in like what 2 hours time,
Yeah.
if that. Aced like all but fucking this much fucking at the bottom of a bottle of JMO.
Yeah.
That was just you and me.
Yeah.
Again,
Like not yeah. Like and I was fine the next day.
Yep.
But-
I went to a bar and went up to the bar and just asked double JMO rocks. And the guy looked at me like I had a problem.
Oh,
And I was like, what?
speaking of
Bro,
bars,
I didn't say bucket of ice in a bottle.
How old,
like,
was, how old was the guy?
I don't know.
Like, if you had to put a number
His
on it.
age.
That age?
his age.
That's why. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's just whiskey and ice. There's no Coke in it. There's no sour mix, bro.
I don't know. It was
It
weird.
reminds
I
me
can
of
make you a star fucker. What's up?
And I only had like 2. So it's not like I was. I don't know.
I heard it from a buddy of mine because it's not how I like mine. But there's that old saying that I like my women like I like my whiskey. 18 years old and full of Coke.
Yeah, I don't like mine like that.
No.
I don't think I'd like my women like that either.
No, that sounds exhausting,
I think that sounds awesome when you're like 21.
right?
Then you get to be
No.
our age and it's like, dude, an 18-year-old sounds fucking awful.
It sounds funny in a joke. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Nothing good
There's
about
no
it.
reality that gets thrown into that.
I'm still that with the whole like,
I like my
believe whatever
whiskey
the
like
fuck
I
you
like my
want to.
women, without somebody else's dick in it.
Yeah, same way I like my coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of bars, last Monday we found a phenomenal.
Yes, we did.
I
man.
heard about this.
Phenomenal
Yes.
It was
bar.
apparently so good. He called me.
Well,
it was like,
I called you to check in on you because you didn't
Okay.
at all. The first call, the first part of the conversation, and this was Tuesday after he called me. He was like, "How you doing, buddy?" And I was like, I'm no longer pissing from my butthole. I'm not going to say I'm 100%, but I'm not pissing from my butthole. And I was
like-
able to go to work.
He's
and
like, I'm
stuff
on the
that.
mend, but
Yeah.
you were nervous because you were the only one in your store, and you're like,
But I was alone at the store, and I
you're
was like,
if this shit comes back,
I was like,
I guess
bro.
they're just robbing me.
Yeah.
I'm on the mend, but I'm afraid to sneeze.
Well, I literally told him, and I was like, if this decides to attack, I'm not even gonna have enough time to like go roll my cages down. Like it's just gonna be like honesty system. Like I don't.
I hope I got people with integrity in the store at that moment. Yeah.
But and then immediately following that was like, I think we found our spot.
Yeah.
Like, because I guess it's close. The price
It
is
like
right.
Less
like,
than a mile down the street.
Yeah.
Right. We had 8 of us there, and the only person that wasn't drinking a double was Justin.
wait a minute. Into Selma or away from Selma?
Into shirts.
Into
Yeah.
shirts.
Yep.
Jess,
By
you know the railroads that you cross over?
yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Like literally.
Instead of going
Yeah.
right to go to the
I
railroad.
thought we went there with Kivy. Or is this down from that?
I don't fucking know.
We might have.
I think we went there with Kibby.
We may have.
Yeah, like
actually.
a big back patio.
It's the same
wooden
people
front
who
porch.
own, the same people who own that one own Old Main, but this one can stay open till 2 because it's in
Because
shirts.
it's in shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
So
went
I
there
think
with Kibby.
We did go there with Kibby.
So
Yep.
we walk in and we order a round for everybody. Right. Everybody's drinking doubles except Justin's drinking a beer. The guy's like,
$43.
Yeah.
And I pointed at it and I go, "Is this right?" And he goes, "Yeah."
That's
and I was like,
$5 a person.
I was like,
Right?
seriously?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I was like,
$5 a person for doubles?
well, here's your 100% tip.
So-
I was
so-
like,
so the next round we added one more double onto it. Right. And I don't know how, because this math doesn't make sense to me, but that extra double made it $52. And I don't know what the tip was, but it was a very decent fucking tip that goes along with that. And so I went up to get the third round. We're all sitting on the patio smoking and having fun. At this point, I go inside. I'm like, "Hey, man, I need another round." He's like, "Sure, no problem." Doesn't even ask what it is. Right? We ordered it twice. Third time, he's like, "Got it." Poured all the fucking drinks. I was like, "Hey, can I get a tray? I don't have that many hands." He goes, "I'll bring it out for you."
Oh, that's because this motherfucker was like, blah, blah, blah.
I'm like, "Okay, cool." We literally get out the door, and he's like, I hold the door for him. He walks out the door. He stops, turns around, and he looks at me, and he goes, "I didn't want to say this in front of my regulars that were inside sitting at the bar, but this round's on me." And I'm like, "Bro,
I like this bar.
like
Right?
this is we bought 2. This is 3. That's not how any of this
Yeah,
works."
nobody rounds out at 3.
I was
That's
like,
not a, I
okay.
got you on this
Yeah.
one.
I
Or
was like, "Okay, I know what the round is.
yeah.
So here's what it should have been as your tip then. Thank you."
fucking A.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
we were busting his balls about food because they didn't have food, and we were a bunch of us that were down there were hungry, and the food truck wasn't open on a Monday, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, blah blah blah."
We passed around a bag of Gardettos.
Everyone took one piece.
Dig me some Gardettos there.
So I'm getting ready to leave, and I was talking to the couple of regulars just sitting at the bar, and everyone's starting to walk out the door, and he's like, "Hey man, by the way, give me a heads up next time you guys are going to come down. I'll bring in my air fryer from home."
What a dude.
Right?
Yeah.
King.
Right? Like, fucking legit, man. I was like,
I like
and
this bar.
I see what he's doing is he's trying to build his Monday crowd. Right?
Yeah,
and that's how you do it.
Fucking A, because that
That's
could
how
literally
you
be
fucking do it,
like
man.
if you weren't under the weather in a day like today where it's like we got to go a little early and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
fucking I'll do another round. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, but I
Like,
just didn't spend a week
Oh,
binge
right. I'm just
drinking.
saying, it's like-
All in.
on a day where we could go at 4 and it was like it's a mile away and it's
Yeah.
sort of on the way home for all of us anyways.
So we'd all be home 9 o'clock in bed, shit faced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
So shout out to Bar House in Shirts, Texas.
Yeah.
yeah, but you know why? Yet
great
again,
time.
you were the best person to go drinking with. Is you also have a motorcycle license.
Yeah.
So that if I went and was like, I can't get that home,
Might have a few more miles on it.
I wouldn't give a shit. If it got home safe,
That's
with
worth
the
it.
miles on it, I don't
that's
care.
worth
I'd
it.
make them right on the back.
I 100% would. I don't know how you're getting home after that, but
It's
a
a
couch.
win-win. Jazz gets feely when he's drunk.
Yeah.
so
It'd be a fun ride.
I've been talking to you about. So Kibby's going to be here on the 9th.
Yeah.
He gets here on the 9th. And we're going to ride up to NFG.
Mhm.
And but you've stepped forward and said, like, Kibby can just fucking take my bike. So
Yeah.
now because we searching to find Kibby something to ride up there.
Yeah.
And
Did you get it registered yet?
we're solving that. So
You fucking shitbag.
Guess what?
You piece of
Just
shit.
because I have Nebraska plates on it.
And you've lived here what?
3 years.
4?
4 years. Jesus.
I got insurance. That's all that counts.
That's
You know, the way I look at it, you're just paying a bribe to be able to use the roads.
that's true.
You're not wrong.
The funny thing is, I think
And
I
the
read
roads aren't even that fucking good, so I'm tired of paying this bribe.
Yeah.
Okay?
True. Actually, that is a good argument you could make. Could be like, until these fucking roads are fucking motorcycle friendly, kiss my ass.
Oh, I haven't found one yet. My favorite one is 1604 because they ground out all of the because they moved the lanes and they ground out all of the fucking the center divider or the but they don't like just strip the paint because it's that plastic plastisol shit. So they
dig
grind
down.
it out. So they dig down.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've looked at the width of
It's about
a
the same
lane
as a
divider
tire.
and the width of a motorcycle tire.
Yeah.
But they're about identical.
Yeah.
So a thin object traveling at high speed that finds a groove.
Stays in the groove.
Yeah. So it's real great because they're always in the like in the left or right third at the curve.
Nice.
So all your bike wants to do is just grab that fucking thing and not go in the curve that you're trying to travel. So, but Kibby and I were talking about if we couldn't find him a bike, how we were going to get up there. I was like, I'm putting you on the back of the bike. You're just riding bitch to Dallas.
Yeah, I don't think he's cool with that.
No, he was like, if I ride bitch to Dallas, I'm wearing silkies. And I was like, and I'm going to use your weird ass man thighs as my fucking armrest for 250 fucking miles. Like, that's just how we're fucking doing this.
You know how burnt Kibby would be?
Oh, no, that's why he was like, I'll just wear fucking silkies. And I was like,
Go
bro,
for it.
if the weather holds like it is,
Yeah, good luck.
250 miles with your ginger ass on the back of my black motorcycle, that is
And
going to
thighs that haven't seen the sunlight in fucking years.
Yeah. I was like, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
You're going to have some arm-shaped tam lines because I'm going to fucking set the cruise and just fucking lean on your thighs. Like, that's how this is going down.
That's funny.
So I saw an article this morning.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the Department of Energy put it out, which is really weird.
Okay.
I didn't know that-
What's new with the DOE?
Well, the Department of Energy decided that COVID came from a lab leak.
Yeah, it's no longer a wet market that with a bat. It's now a lab leak where they were testing strains of.
Like they admitted essentially.
But why was it the Department of Energy?
That's a good question.
That's my only, like, I believe this since day one.
Yeah, me
Right?
too.
But why did the Department of Energy have to be the ones to be like, hey guys,
Here's what I wanted. Like,
we found this out?
you know what
Because
I'm
who
not
pays
going to
attention
do?
to the Department of Energy?
I'm not going
Except for
to.
everybody. Like,
I'm not going to hold my breath for the apologies from friends and families. Because remember when it was a lab leak theory, it was, you know, you were racist. You know, it was all about being like, you were racist, you were fucking wrong, you know, you were a bigot, you know, because, oh, you believe that it's this and da 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 da. And it's like, no, I'm just using the name of the lab is called this. And that's literally what the disease is called.
So,
like, let's like,
the most interesting thing that I found with it was, so right before everything happened, in like fall of 2019, Netflix had a documentary that came out called Pandemic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was literally about how the WHO and US organizations every year went to China.
Yep.
And looked at all these chicken farms and looked at all this stuff. And they explained exactly how the world would react if a flu, and this was specifically about a flu strain.
It was about bird flu, right?
Well, flu strains just in general, just influenza. And it started after the Spanish flu epidemic in 1919.
Right.
That killed like 80 million people, 90 million people.
Yeah, a chunk.
And we're talking about a planet at that time that didn't have the population that we do now.
No, it was like 2
It was like
billion.
2 million.
2
billion.
2 billion instead of 7.8.
Yeah. So this whole documentary came out and I watched it and was like, this is, because one, I'm just a documentary fan, but two, it was really fucking interesting. And then lo and behold, like 90 days later, it fucking happened. And I was like,
Well, this is weird.
yeah. So now I always pay attention to all the documentaries that are being released on Netflix. And I'm like, this is some Simpson shit. I just need to fucking like, so
I just find it
there's your
interesting.
conspiracy theory for you. The problem is that it like actually happened. It wasn't. And now I can't find that documentary.
It pops up from time to time. I've seen it. There's another one. It's Contagion. Very similar plot line, but I think that was a drama movie.
I was gonna say that was a movie though, right?
Contagion was a movie. This was literally a Netflix documentary,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Netflix funded documentary on it.
I remember seeing
And
it.
they were specifically about flu strain and how it would react. And it was identical to what the world reaction was to it because it can't stop it. It morphs too fast and da-da-da-da-da. Of course, now if you call COVID a flu strain, you're out of your mind.
Well, and you don't dare call it like, you know, because remember it was the if you called it the China virus, well now you're being a bigot.
The Wuhan flu.
Or,
But we had the Spanish flu. Like,
Yeah. Which actually
And that's fine, we
originated
can
in
actually-
Kansas.
which was, but whatever.
At an army training
And I had
camp.
the shit. Look, don't get me wrong. It was no joke.
a squirrel
Like-
fucked a pangolin and it turned into a bird.
Yeah.
And then it pissed in somebody's soup. And
But I mean, look, if at this point you are shocked that the government didn't handle it properly or the government gave you misinformation, I don't know why you're shocked.
it's still there.
The comedian that has the bit about the conspiracy theories. And he's like, because he asked the crowd, he's like, "What do y'all think about like the conspiracy theories? Who's got conspiracy theories?" And it was just dead silence from the crowd. And he's like, "Really? None of y'all got conspiracy? Like, you think the government's batting 1,000 with telling us the fucking truth?
All right.
Come on."
So, well, there's interesting stuff too. Like, so in December, I don't know if you saw, you kind of pay attention to what's going on with international economic trade and stuff like that, because it impacts what you do.
Yeah.
Well, it impacts what you do. It impacts what I do. Like so
I'm mainly worried about shipping costs, tariffs, and
yeah. So did you see what happened in December with China?
Yeah.
So are you familiar with this Biden administration call? What happened in December with China?
Refresh me.
Okay. So this is very Cliff Notes. So if you're going to go in the comments and be like, "Well, he doesn't understand that," fucking, all right,
It's Cliff Notes.
Wave top. All right. Essentially, the Biden administration, you have to look at manufacture, right? China cannot manufacture high end.
Right.
Can't develop or manufacture high end. Can't do it. It just doesn't have the capability. They manufacture low end. That's it. We and the rest of the Western world can develop high end and handle most of the medium grade development for everything.
Sure.
Insert industry here.
Yeah.
It's not done in China. They only handle the low end shit.
Right.
But they can't develop the high end stuff that's even necessary to produce low end shit. So all of it is imported. All of it.
Yeah.
And most of it comes from us. So manufacturing equipment, semiconductor equipment, AI, software, right down to the quality control personnel to make sure that even the low end stuff is being made right. It's all imported. The labor, the tech, the software, all of it is imported. In December, the Biden administration essentially said, you are not allowed to import anything that is now developed in the US into your country for the purposes of manufacture, including the labor, and actually stated for all of the people working in that sector, you have to choose between your job and your American citizenship.
Okay.
Where the fuck is the news on that?
Right.
Like, why aren't we talking about the fact that this is quite possibly the largest economic sanction that has ever happened between two superpower countries in the history of mankind?
Yeah.
And we're not talking about it. Now, it is in direct response to the fact that China, because of the news that we put out saying that they were responsible for COVID, was going to put trade sanctions against the U.S.
Because they were responsible for COVID?
Sure. That doesn't actually impact it. But essentially, the U.S. was like, cool, you sanction us. Here's, before you can do anything, we'll just put this sanction into place.
Yeah.
So if your ability to produce fuck all, you still need our shit.
Yeah.
So now you can't. You just can't.
And our
have it.
allies won't go behind us.
No. So and I'm sure it's going to get spun into, well, we're doing it because they could provide lethal support for Russia for the Ukrainian conflict and the whole proxy war we have going on there.
Yeah.
And if you don't think we're in a proxy war, go look up proxy war.
Yeah. Literally what we're in. Yeah.
So,
like, by definition, until they change the definition, which they're good at these days.
Sure.
So they just changed the definition of words.
But nobody's fucking talking about that. And I'm sure you've read it the same way that I did. And it was.
I did. And the worst part is trying to figure out now how it affects goods. And because it doesn't directly affect goods on the U.S. side per se. And what I mean by that is like customs tariffs didn't go up. Right. Shipping costs didn't really change. I mean, shipping costs are fucking skyrocketing now compared to what they were before COVID. But that's supply and demand. Yeah. That's basic economics is why they're fucking astronomical right now.
Sure.
You shut the whole world down for a year. People need to recoup money. How are they going to do it? Oh, we're just going to raise prices. People are still going to pay them.
The problem is that we're going to end up with a phenomenon called sticky pricing.
Yep.
So it'll escalate way beyond what was normal was, and it will come down, but it'll never come down to what it was.
Yep.
And it's a phenomenon called sticky pricing. So,
so trying to figure out how it affects and eventually how it will affect, and it'll take years for it to actually like be extremely visible, is all the cost of goods are going to go up.
Yep.
All of them. So everything that used to be, that low end, low grade, low cost is now going to be low end, low grade,
high cost.
Medium cost. No, it won't go high cost,
but it's still more so than before. Yeah.
Or the quality will just fucking be even worse than it already is.
And so what you're going to see is you're going to see a margin deflation between premium good and low end good. Because low end good price wise is now going to come into a medium grade price point. So now you're going to have to make the call on, well, if you were making the call before on do I buy the low end product or do I buy the mid grade product? Well, now the low end product is the same price differential between what used to be a low end and medium end. That low end product is going to have the same price differential between the low end product and the high end product. So if you were sitting there going like, well, this one's, you know, whatever, 15% more, but now you're going to be dealing with that looking at high end goods.
Yeah.
So for a high end producer, it's good news. But for small businesses, my business, your business, those of us that are doing that need that low end manufacturing to get a high quality product, but we need availability of manufacturing to be able to bring a product that is market sustainable. We're going to start seeing this fallout in probably the next 24 to 36 months, because what's going to happen is technology will advance and they can't keep up.
Yeah.
So then the manufacturing is going to shift. Well, if you shift and that labor cost shifts, then the cost of goods shifts, but then it's going to look, because of the consumer viewpoint, it is not going to be, oh, they don't have the ability to produce this product that I used to be able to buy at an affordable rate. I had to raise my prices because everything just got more expensive for me to be able to produce it. It's going to look like it's greed on me as a company, not my costs went up.
Right.
So it's a really interesting move for building back better.
Well, it's like, so
Yeah.
all of our Pelican products, right? In the past, I don't know, 18 months, Pelican has increased our cost by over 25%. And up until this last price increase, we were just eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we wanted to continue to sell a product at a reasonable price for what it was. Now it just got to the point where it's just like, I ran numbers and I'm like, there's no more profit. Like we're buying it and then we're turning around and we're selling it. And
For what you're buying it for.
and that's it. Like we're just flipping a $20 bill. There's no, you know, anything. And so now, and all we did was we adjusted it to what Pelican's map pricing is, which is what we were priced at, you know, 2 years ago. But we just ignored everything for the past 18 months. So they're just doing all these price increases for, I don't even know why or how, because the majority of their stuff is made in the US.
Yeah.
And they're trying to say it's cost of raw goods, it's shipping costs, it's this, it's that, it's all this stuff. You know, so like referring back to the Build Back Better, you know, we're trying to keep everything, you know, bring manufacturing back to America and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, that's great. But what are we doing about cost of raw materials? What are we doing about shipping costs? What are we doing about all the expenses that go into that manufacturing?
This is where it's fucking you. It's essentially fucking the little guy.
And
No,
look, here's the
it's
deal.
not even just the little guy. It's
No,
fucking
it's across the
everybody
board.
that does manufacturing in the United States.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
do
the
you
big
remember-
guys they can absorb costs a little bit easier
But
than
you
the little
can't.
guy can.
Look at 3 years
not
ago
really.
when you used to be able to buy a 55-inch TV for $300,
Mhm.
and everybody was like, "How the fuck can you buy these flat panels just for like no money?"
True.
Like they were so cheap that it was just like, I want
I
to.
literally have a TV in every room of my house because they were that cheap.
They're so
They're
cheap.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And
I don't
now-
watch any of them.
Go look at that same.
I
go look at that.
I don't.
Go look at that same size TV.
It's like $1,500.
It's $300 or $400 more than it was.
Yes.
The escalation of cost. And now look, the thing is that if you actually dig into what it costs to get the raw goods to be able to produce it, you could move manufacturing to the U.S. even with labor costs in the U.S. and we're the highest labor cost there is. Even with those labor costs, if we could cut out all of everybody takes this little chunk to be able to do it because they have to absorb tariffs and taxes and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There's just like all this shit
Yeah.
that gets boiled in before anybody can even make something.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 30 people taking 2% out of their cut every time. That's 60% that you have to factor into the cost of the good in the end of the run.
We got badge holders made to give out at the trade shows for free. Just to give them out.
Yeah.
It's advertisement, you know?
Sure.
Got my shipping quote for it. I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, let's do this. Awesome. Sweet. 4 months later, I get my fucking customs bill. It doubled my cost. Between my customs and shipping, it doubled the cost of those products.
That's crazy.
And it's because of it's all the sanctions, all the shit that's been put on because it came from overseas. You know, and there's nothing I can do. I can't fight. Like, I mean, I could, but it's just like, sorry, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a waste of time on both ends.
You'll just get handed the line code for the new sanction.
That's it.
Yep. Speaking of which, I need to look into whether or not this is real or not, but there is a HR 25.
House resolution.
House Resolution 25
Fair
for the
tax
118. This is the House Resolution Act to abolish the IRS.
Oh,
Yeah.
It would get rid of all income tax, but would levy a national sales tax. Now, I don't know about y'all. I am fucking down. 100%.
So you're trying to say if I don't buy shit, I don't have to pay taxes?
You don't pay the tax. It doesn't fucking matter. Now,
Black market, here we come.
now, here's the deal. I don't understand why this isn't a bipartisan, everybody's fucking in solution.
Well, because they all got fucking kickbacks.
No, but here's the deal. Like, who gives a fuck? Not on taxes. Fucking income taxes?
Maybe.
They're not getting.
There's lobbyists for everything, man.
But these people making all these, like,
No, but here's
why
the awesome
wouldn't they
part.
want to not get taxed on all their income?
Yeah,
Right,
right.
you no longer have to spend some astronomical amount on a fucking tax attorney to dodge all this shit if it's just gone.
If you don't tax
True.
my income and I have to pay 15, 18, 20% on the products
I
that
don't
I
even think
buy,
it would be. I literally think it would probably be 9% federal sales tax, and then we'd have to deal with the 8.25%
well,
here
that's
in
what
Texas.
I mean, combined.
Or whatever.
Because every state has something
It has
similar.
their own thing.
Yeah.
You have states like New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, stuff like that don't have a sales tax.
Live
Yeah.
free or die.
We have an 8.25% sales tax, but we have no income tax. There's no state income tax.
Right.
I'm fucking down. But the way this would work is how both sides, all of these people that are like, the rich need to pay their fair share. Cool. When Bezos just literally had a yacht shipped to him, he shipped a ship. I don't know how you prime a yacht, but he fucking figured it out. But he would just have to pay the sales tax on that.
Yeah.
No problem.
And there's no income tax deduction that he bought this thing and
No.
it's a depreciable whatever.
No.
It's
You just-
gone.
you pay
He just
sales
pays
tax,
the fucking
period.
sales tax on it.
Yep.
That means that the super wealthy that can spend super money are paying super sales tax on their shit.
Yep.
Those of us normal people that just have fucking incomes and just go buy regular shit, we pay, everybody at that point is now paying
Their
their
share.
fair share.
In Europe, it's called a VAT, VAT.
Yep.
So look up the VAT for Belgium.
So, but god damn it. But again, where the fuck is that in the news? Why isn't everybody covering the fact that there is now a bill, which by the way, the IRS was supposed to be temporary anyways. It wasn't supposed to fucking exist.
It's true.
So the VAT rate, the VAT rate for Belgium is 21%. So anything that you purchase is taxed 21%.
By the way, that's the entire EU. The entire EU has a VAT tax.
Yeah, each country is
It changes a little
different.
bit, but so like I have a vendor that I buy everything directly out of the UK. It gets shipped directly.
Yeah.
I have to pay the VAT on it.
Sure.
You should get a refund on that.
I do, but I
Okay.
still have to pay it, and then I have to just cover it back. But still, it's so much better than anything else, and it's not this arbitrary fucking number that you have to fucking guess at.
But
like,
and then the cool thing about it is like if you don't live there, you can submit your receipt and you get a fucking refund.
Yeah.
It's not like you get a credit or you write it off against something else or whatever. They're like, oh, hey, sorry, here's your money back. Thanks. Like it's that fucking simple.
Nice.
It's crazy.
And the funny thing is, I guarantee you the tax revenue to the federal government would go up.
Yeah.
If you got rid of the IRS and went to a flat sales tax. I guarantee you'd have more revenue, and it'd be guaranteed revenue, and you wouldn't know anything back at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like how the government isn't looking at this going like, this is fucking brilliant. This is the solution to fucking everything.
And you know how much they save by not funding the IRS?
It's like 30,000 employees that you don't have to pay anymore.
Yeah.
I just had to Google and do some math because I was curious. Bezos spent $500 million on that yacht. At standard Texas tax rates, he'd pay $87 million
In tax.
in tax.
Tell me that's not the fair share.
That's definitely fair
There's
share.
your fucking solution.
Yeah.
There's your
Yeah.
solution, because he's going to spend $500 million on that boat. And then because it's a depreciable asset, I guarantee you it's not in his name. It's listed as one of his holding
It's one of
companies'
the
fucking
holdings.
I
assets.
need to meet his accountant though.
It's a depreciable
I heard
da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
the fastest way to get a fucking audit is buy a boat.
Right.
Well, that's another.
So-
well, that's another thing though. Is like tax attorneys are gone.
Yeah.
Fucking accountants they don't have jobs anymore really. Like because fucking QuickBooks does everything for you, and that as far as
QuickBooks does everything to a point. I'm telling you.
And then you need an account.
I'm telling you right now.
yeah, but once fucking, because you got to think how much tax code is just fucking gone now.
No, you need an accountant just to make sure everything's where it needs to be in your books.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't think it'll abolish everything for like business owners.
Okay.
There's still going to be taxation and stuff that's going to happen.
Well,
on that
because that
stuff,
business
but
owner now collects tax, they are responsible to pay
it's
it
the
into.
biggest thing that fucking bugs me.
Yeah, like
I am
pay
an
me.
unpaid tax collector for the
Exactly.
government. I get nothing
Yeah.
and still have to go through the process of paying all that fucking tax.
and pay
It's not my
somebody to
money.
do it.
Like, don't get me wrong. It's getting tacked on. It's not like I have a bill. Like
well, you do have a bill.
I do, and I'm responsible for it,
You-
but it's not my money. Like, it's not like I could be like, I'd be making 8% more if I wasn't fucking paying this. Like,
It's in your bank account.
John and I.
it is in my bank account.
John and I know a guy that went to jail for that.
Do you know
yeah,
what's-
I did.
So you guys had to generate one because I had to do it. So we both own LLCs.
Yep.
So at the end of the year, you get what's called a 1099-K,
Correct.
which is an earning statement for the LLC. But because LLCs are owned by people, it is essentially, hey, you made this much fucking money.
That's pass through.
Do you know what the 1099-K fucking reflects? The tax you collected.
Yeah.
Because it's just how much money you processed. That's what actually your system spits out. So now you have to go through and I have to pay a motherfucker to go through and back out everything that I spent to bring in goods, the tax that I collected, the labor that I fucking paid out, my rent. Like I have to pay a son of a bitch to make sure all that's correct. Because if I fuck it up at all,
You
not
go to
only
jail.
do I owe a fuck ton of money, I can lose my liquor license. I could lose my business license. Like,
It's the best part about the best and worst part about the IRS is like you owe taxes. Like, okay, how much do I owe?
I don't know.
I
yet.
don't know. Figure it out. Okay, well, I think I owe this. No, you're fucking wrong. Going to jail.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why don't you just fucking tell me then?
Yeah, why don't you just
Well,
bill me, man?
It's not our responsibility to tell you. You have to figure it out. Okay, how do I figure it out? Here's 10,000 pages of tax code.
right?
Fucking figure it out.
That's
like-
that's my point. Is like if the IRS goes, all that tax code goes away.
dude, it would be dope as shit if all I had to do was like, here's my federal tax bill that I have to make sure the money goes to.
This
Here's
is
my
what I
state
collected.
tax bill that I have to go to. And that's it.
Done.
Yeah.
Oh,
The rest of it's figuring out if I actually made money or not.
but
Yeah.
income tax goes
Well,
away.
it's just red and black, right?
That's
It's
it.
like, all right.
But like my household, because of Caitlin and I's joint income, we have an effective tax rate of 32%. So every dollar we bring in, 32 cents of it just
gone.
gone in taxes.
Yep.
You want to figure out how to stimulate the fucking economy? Give me back 30% of my goddamn income.
Yeah. Right.
Or at least give me a picture of the fucking family I just supported.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, right.
Well, and
No,
that's,
we see those every night on the news.
but that's the other beautiful part. Sure, you're on welfare. And you've got whatever, 4 kids and you get a welfare check and this, that, and the other. But you went and bought shit with that money.
oh yeah,
Federal sales tax.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which means that money is going right back into fucking tax pay.
Yeah.
It is the great fucking equalizer, and I am fucking here for it. It is one of the most brilliant pieces of law I have ever seen put forward, and I fucking hate the Fed. And I'm like, where do I fucking sign? Like, yeah. So
call
if
your
you've
local
never written your
representative.
fucking congressman about fuck all, here's the one.
Yeah.
HR 25.
This is the one.
This is the
This
one.
is the one.
And go read it. It is clean. It's like 3 pages long. Like,
That's the nicest.
oh my God, go fucking read it. It's
That-
3
see,
pages long. It'll take
I
you 10
appreciate
minutes.
that. I
And-
appreciate that.
I still love the fact that the document that generated this country is one fucking page. Granted, it's a large page.
It was a
but
big
it's,
page.
It's one page.
Yeah.
And
And
when
a third of it is autographs.
Yeah.
And it didn't have to be that big. Just Hancock took up like this much of the fucking
Well,
page.
yeah.
for
He wanted
this,
to make
man.
sure the king could see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the most badass quotes in fucking history.
Great quote. Yeah.
So when I was wrapping up my bachelor's, I had to take a class. I think it was actually American politics, which that was interesting at a liberal arts school.
I'm sure that was fun.
We read the Affordable Health Care Act, all 583 pages of it.
Ugh.
Fuck
Gross.
that. There is absolutely no reason
Which
whatsoever.
also
that
integrated with the IRS because now ever since the
Yeah.
Affordable Care Act it goes, now
It
you
counts as
also
income.
have to have you also have to have that fucking little
The letter.
declaration
Yep.
page that says that you have health care and all that shit too.
Because if not, you pay a penalty
Yeah.
Yep.
for the fact that you don't have private insurance and you didn't sign up for that.
Yep. Yep.
I love the fact that
That's where the VA takes care of us on that one.
I have private health care, so
yeah, well, yeah. Well, I have fucking TRICARE still, so
it's not private, buddy.
it's not, but it still doesn't.
But that's what I get for having a corporate wife.
Well,
Because I'm self-employed and have a corporate fucking.
how do you think I got dental, bro?
And fuck
it ain't
yeah,
through the
bro.
government,
It's
it's through the old lady.
And we had pretty good insurance before.
Yeah.
I had it when I was working and I had corporate insurance.
Sure.
You defaulted out because you had the TRICARE.
Right,
'Cause
right.
We sat in that same fucking meeting.
But I kept the dental because they had great dental.
And then when I went self-employed, still had it through her. And then she went to this new company. And believe it or not, her new company, the policy's better.
Yeah, that's Haley's too.
But the one,
This is great. I
the
was
one
like,
that we had
fuck.
wasn't bad.
No, it was great.
You guys remember, I don't know, a couple months ago, we were talking about healthcare shit. And I told you guys I tried to get a mental health appointment with the VA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't had that appointment yet.
No.
No. I think
you get 3
I
weeks.
feel
I
like
think I
that-
have 3 weeks.
I feel like that email when it was like, I really need to make a mental health appointment. I feel like the email response should just be like, take a knee, drink water, we'll get to you when we get to you.
Yeah, right.
I got
that ought to hold me over.
Dude,
I
you know
got
what?
the initial phone
I would
call.
rather have that than a bureaucratic bullshit answer. I would rather just be like, hey, man, we're fucking busy. Take a knee, drink water. I swear you're on the list.
Right?
I got the first phone call within a couple days. It was probably like four days. I got the first phone
Were they
call.
asking if
And
you
I
were
was
okay?
Like, oh shit! And they're like, "Is this an emergency?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, are you thinking about harming yourself or harming others?" And I'm like, "Well, I think about that every day." I was like, "But I'm probably not going to do that. I'd really like to talk to somebody." And they're like, "Well, if it's an emergency, you got to call this number." And I'm like, "No, I just need an appointment, you know." And they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, we'll transfer you over to these people then." Okay, cool. They transfer me to these people. It goes to automated message. They'll call me back. And I'm like, great.
Yeah.
So about another
Perfect.
probably 4 days after that, they call me back. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You guys call me back. I'm like, look at this. I'm like, awesome. When's the nearest appointment you can get me? Like March 15th. This was October.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was like, what? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll take it. Like, I don't know what the
Right.
fuck else am I supposed
Government
to
health
say?
care, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm wading my way through SEAL Team right now, and at the end of season 2, Swanee was needing a follow-up appointment, and it was the same thing. It was like, that's 6 months from now.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and that's a real thing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's an accurate representation. Yeah.
And then everybody wants to ask me why I don't fuck with the VA.
Because by the time, like, let's say I have a genuine health concern, right? Let's say, like, I find out, like, you find like a lump or fucking something, and you're like, I have a genuine health concern. So you call your PCM because you have to set up an appointment. They have to fucking get to you. Then they have to put in a referral.
Yep.
By the time you get to your PCM, it's already 4 months.
Yeah.
On the low end. I'm
Right.
being optimistic right now.
This is a good time
This is
frame.
a good time frame. It's 4 months to your PCM. Then they put in the referral. The specialist takes another fucking 6 months.
Yep.
So by the time you get seen for this fucking potential
You're
issue,
10 months to a year into it.
if you were stage 2 then, you're stage 4 in it now, bro. All right.
So-
and it's like, no,
Yeah, my lower back's
I need to
fucked
make
up.
an appointment to go ahead and
die.
make my arrangements.
I just need to go ahead. Can I make an appointment to die? Because I know you're not getting to me until I die.
Because where are you going? Are you going back to Maryland?
Huh?
'Cause you want a military funeral. Because we've talked about this before.
I was invited to be, which is weird fucking way to say it. I was invited to be buried at Arlington.
But that's how Arlington works.
It's invite only.
Yeah.
It is invite
I know
only.
because I have one
It's
grandfather
It's
there.
one of
The
the
other one's
worst
at Fort
invites you
Sam,
ever want to
but-
get.
Right? Well, it was fucking weird because I was like, dude, I don't know, like 27 when I got that letter. I was like, what the fuck? Like still on active duty, man. I was like, what the fuck is happening? But no, I think I'm fine with Fort Sam. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be dead. I don't give a shit. Stand me up right here and let's have a party. I don't give a fuck.
Careful.
I said it right here. Public knowledge.
You know what we
Fucking
gotta do?
weekend
Whatever.
Bernie's, here we come.
You know what we got to do?
Set me up
We
beside
got to
the
cremate you
jukebox.
and then put you in a stuffed bear.
In a stuffed bear.
Yeah.
I mean,
But so we'll have a taxidermy bear done, but on wheels.
okay.
Then we just move you around.
Just don't tell anybody you move me.
Yeah.
So like
They're like,
Justin and I'll just take turns every other day. We'll come in early. We'll just put him somewhere else.
Yeah. I'm only going to cremate my penis, and that's going in
it's
the bear.
just that.
It's just my dick ashes going in the bear.
One of my favorite stand-up routines ever.
It's going to be
It was
about
like,
the size of a gummy bear, but it's still.
we're going to store you in this.
There you go. Yeah. Give me a little. I need some.
Who was
I need
that
some
comedian
Mikey
that
in
said
my-
that when they die, they wanted to be cremated and smeared on the foreheads of children during Ash Wednesday?
I don't remember, but that's hilarious. That's
So,
hilarious.
Speaking of that, Ash Wednesday was last week.
it was.
It happened while we were at the show.
Yeah.
Right? So the beginning of the show, I'm walking around and I stopped myself because I saw a guy walking towards me and he had ash on his forehead. And I was going to be like, hey, man. Like,
you got a little schmutz.
and so I put my hand up to say something to him, like to get his attention. And then I like glanced and I saw the guy behind him. He had a mark too. And I was like, what the fuck? Then I walked by and then the guy behind him had it too. And I was
You're
like,
showing your Jewishness.
And I literally just, I banged a right and I just went down a different aisle. And I was like, and I was so confused. So I was just like, whatever. And I ran into somebody I knew. So I talked to them for a minute and I went back to the booth. Then I got squirreled with people and it was busy. And then I saw another person later on the day and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it didn't clear. It took.
I didn't figure out it was Ash Wednesday until TikTok on Thursday.
It took till like 3:00 in the afternoon for me to realize that it was Ash Wednesday and I was about to be a fucking asshole and I didn't know it.
I mean, you could call it War Paint Wednesday.
War Paint Wednesday.
So
I did hear that there's places that were doing to-go ashes. That they were just hanging out up front with the ashes and you could just get them as you walked by.
Yeah. Just grab a little.
Look, I understand that we need to be celebrating the resurrection, but I'm on a fucking timeline. Like I need to
shit to do today.
Jesus didn't know my schedule was going to be crazy. I'm just saying.
Have you seen the line at Starbucks? Just hit me, Father.
Yeah, right.
Right here, Padre. Let's get it. Look.
Oh no. Yeah, whatever.
I make a pill for that.
Oh no.
There it is.
This is why we can't have anything nice.
No. Well,
Although I'll give it to you, I totally expected Mikey to fuck his up first.
mine just fell. I just did its own thing.
Hey, well, that's fine. I quit fucking with it. We did have to tighten it that one time. We had pliers over here for
I
a
got
while.
a whole big ass toolbox right there as soon as we get done.
Yeah. Well, good news is you only got about another 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. Story of my life. I'll just hold it until I finish.
There you go. So I went to the Gundies this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
I went to the Gundies on Saturday. I didn't make Friday. I didn't make Thursday for range day or Friday because I was on my deathbed. I felt like shit.
That is the weirdest fucking. I'm sorry, but it just fucking is.
Well,
this whole.
The funny thing about it is, first of all, you know my opinion of influencers.
That's my problem with it. Is it's like this weird fucking. It's like this super niche community, and now we're gonna give out awards for somebody that fucking takes a. It's like, oh, you look good in a t-shirt. It's like,
It's a giant circle jerk.
Well, so my favorite part of the whole Gundies, my favorite part, and this is a huge shout out to Donut Operator, because I ran into Cody and I was like, hey buddy, I was like, I voted for you. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I didn't even know I was nominated until like 3 days ago. And I was like, fucking A. And he won. He fucking won.
I don't even know what the categories are for it.
It was like, I don't know.
And what are even the qualifications for getting nominated?
You have to be nominated. I have not.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
what's
sure.
the qualifications?
I don't know. So I did learn a little bit of history on the Gundies, though, and all it is it's a parody of the Dundies from The Office. That's literally all it is. It was two people who came up with an award show to just be funny, and that's it. It was. They were kind of like trolling about it. Right?
So for those that don't know, what are the Gundies?
The Gundies are like awards for it's the 2A community, basically recognizing people who are like positive voices for the Second Amendment, or influential. There's an influential female, an influential male, but it's all like 2A oriented, right? Like that's really what it is. Like, yeah, you can pull it up. And that's generally what it is it's a circle jerk. You're not wrong. Of a bunch of people, but so you got most influential female of the year, video of the year, best shooter, most entertaining content creator,
most dapper. Fuck off.
Most dapper influencer. That was gay. All right. Best gun reviewer, best outdoorsman, top voices of the 2A, most likely to survive the zombie apocalypse, breakout creator of the year, most innovative brand of the year, firearms instructor of the year, influence of the year, and photo of the year. And a former coworker of ours was nominated for photo of the year, and she sent me an invite to go. So I was like, no, I've never been. I'll check it out. and I turned it into a networking opportunity for Hero Sports, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go
As
out
you
there,
do.
and, as you do, always be working, man.
Yeah.
So I was out there just kind of like rubbing elbows and talking to people and stuff, and honestly, it was a good time. You know, I mean, there was an open bar, there was good food. It was like, you know, the open bar sucks. So I will tell you guys, stop. When your only 2 whiskey options are Jack Daniels and Johnny Walker Black Label, we have a problem, all right? If I go to a fucking open bar and I'm like, I'm all set, you have an issue, all right? Like, there's a problem there.
It always seemed to me like it was a networking opportunity where they also gave out trophies, is what it seemed like.
That's kind of how I pictured it.
Yeah.
I will say this: I did appreciate that nobody really takes it serious. Like it's almost like when Comedy Central did the comedy awards and all the comedians just fucked off and just like were like, this is stupid. It was kind of like that, right? Like so nobody really took it serious.
Yeah, until everybody that won has something on their fucking website or YouTube channel or some shit that they won a Gundy.
And maybe I don't know. Nor do I give a shit. But I overheard a conversation, and it was some fucking broad, and she was talking to a guy who was like, who worked there. It was at Drive Tanks, and he worked at Drive Tanks, and she was talking to him, and she goes, "Do you know how many followers he has?" And you could tell that the guy and everyone around us, and even the guy who she was talking about, was like embarrassed by her comment, right? And me being me, I was like, "Yeah, but how many did he pay for?" He's like, looks at me, he goes, "They're all bots, all of them." And I was like, you know what? Maybe this guy's not a douchebag. This guy's all right. Yeah. So,
speaking of the followers, real quick. Actually, go ahead. And then I went to the Gundies. I did have a good time at the ceremony. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as douchey as I thought it was going to be because nobody really takes it serious, which I kind of appreciated. So that was fun. And then they did have like they had like a live shoot house with like gel blasters with fucking thermal sights on it. Ooh.
And I got involved. I want to shout out Audrey. Who is on Instagram? Her tagline is one fun price, and she was my partner for the shoot house, and we fucking rocked it. We made it to the semifinal. So the reason I wanted to get into the bracket was if you won, you got like $3,000 worth of night vision. So I was like, oh. Just so happens, I was a mountain instructor. I know this shit really, really well. Right. I'm like, let's do it. So I gave her a little quick hip pocket class.
Yep.
And we went in there. And we fucking did all right.
To make a glass house out of like lines in the sand.
Basically, yeah.
Check your corners.
And I explained to her, like, you know, how to stack up and how to do all this and da-da-da. And she was like, I'm just going to be behind you. And I was like, fucking A. Right. And
whatever way I go the other way.
We were wrecking house, right?
Wait
it was pretty
I thought
good.
she was a 2A influencer.
Huh? No, she was there as a guest. She wasn't there as a 2A influencer. She's actually a fitness person. She's like a bodybuilder type. And the problem was that it was all based on integrity. And I guarantee you we won the last one. I was the only person the entire night that had to run back to the start and reload. Huh. So I know I fucking hit this guy at least 20 times. And he was just like, nope. And I'm like, I'm yelling in the middle of our little firefight. I'm like, how have neither one of us fucking shot each other yet? Because he's shooting and he's missing me.
Yeah.
They're going, like, I can feel the wind hit my beard. And I'm like, wrong bitch. And so I'm like shooting at him. And these are like fully automatic Joel Blaster ARs. They're a blast, man. I had a good time. Zing. So, but I was sitting there like unloading on him. And it was fun, but I do wish there was a better way of determining who actually won and who didn't. I know that I got shot once in the leg, and I was like, oh, hit.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah. But my point is like, you know damn well when you got hit, and I guarantee you if that motherfucker took his shirt off, he would have been fucking, he'd have looked like a calico, but still, whatever.
So,
I had a good time.
A little late in the episode for me to bring it up, but I'll probably be bringing this up.
Okay, before that, can I have that bottle?
Continuously until
perfect. Thank you.
Until we get something finished. But we're having an issue with Instagram.
Yeah.
So when we started the company, we created 2 Instagram handles, Warfighter Tobacco, obviously the one that we use, and we have almost 50,000 followers on. Yep. And then we started Warfighter Company just in case we wanted to try to do something non-tobacco related. And we've done absolutely zero with it. But what's happening now is Warfighter Tobacco, because we do cigars, we're shadow banned.
Mm-hmm.
Warfighter Company, unless you literally spell out Warfighter Tobacco, all one word, then our Instagram pulls up. If you just do Warfighter, Warfighter Company shows up, and it's a very similar logo. It just so happens that they're not giving us access to it anymore. No login, no email resets, no anything. No matter what we do, we can't get control of that account. Now, mind you, there's 300 followers. The account is not following a single person. It has not made a single post. We've been in business for 7 years. But when you go to tag somebody, all that pulls up is Warfighter Company, and it looks similar to our logo. And everybody for the past probably month has been tagging it, and not Warfighter Tobacco. So I don't know who the fuck's tagging Warfighter Tobacco.
Oh, wow.
So what I need everybody to do is to go to Warfighter Company and go report them as they're impersonating Warfighter Tobacco.
Fucking.
And if I get
Say
1,000
less,
people
son.
to do that, then hopefully they'll fucking pull that account and the world will be right. But it sucks because like we had a reviewer at the show that I had a great conversation with. He does amazing reviews. He smoked a couple of cigars, absolutely loved him. Did some phenomenal pictures in his fucking at the hotel bar. Did a great review on it, and then came to my booth the next day and it was like, "Hey man, I just want to let you know I put that up last night. I didn't see that you saw that." Yep, that one right there. He's like, I didn't see that you saw it, and I'm like, "Well, let me see." And so he pulled it up. He tagged Warfighter Company. And I'm like, motherfucker. Yep. Someone I know. Warfighter Tobacco.
So when I type in Warfighter Tobacco, maybe it'll help if I spelled it right.
Yeah. Tobacco.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it doesn't come up if I type in one word.
Fucking idiot.
Listen to your topic. All right. You're already getting smashed on fucking TikTok because you don't know how to fucking spell.
That's bad.
Support actions.
Nobody reads the captions anyway.
Yeah, it says no users found when I type in Warfighter Tobacco.
What, did you spell Warfighter right? Fuck.
Thank you. Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
We're there. We didn't get banned.
Tobacco.
Tobacco.
And even when I do it as one word.
Warfighter.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to switch accounts.
I don't know. But yeah, so everyone go find Warfighter Company.
Look at this. It says no users found. I said that it was being that they're impersonating a company.
Do you follow Warfighter Tobacco?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
Right?
Report.
So you can't even report it.
Yeah, you can.
Jazz
I
just
just
did it. It's right here. Jesus Christ.
Like I just showed you that the motherfucker didn't work, dude.
Grandpa. Anyways, go find Warfighter Company and go report them as they're impersonating somebody else, and then somebody you know, and then put in Warfighter Tobacco, Tobacco, and call it a day. You don't have to block. You don't have to restrict.
I just got the same error he did.
That's weird. You don't have to do any of that.
It worked. It worked fine on my personal account. I just went to do it on my business account, and now it's saying I can't find him.
That's weird. But yeah, go report Warfighter Company, and I'll be preaching this until something fucking happens, because we're at last resort at this point. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
We know people that have inside connects with Instagram. Fucking does no good.
Really?
We've gone through all the different avenues that we could go down. We've done all the fucking shit. And the bullshit part about it is it's when Warfighter tries to do it, we get a response that says, "Oh, well, we're very busy, but our AI decided that everything's totally fine and this goes with our guidelines."
Yeah. Oh, your AI did.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, great. If a human looked at this, they'd be like, "Oh, that's fucked."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucked, buddy.
But yeah, so the guy fucking tagged us in a review. And he came up and he's like, "Hey, I didn't see that you liked it or anything. Like, I just want to let you know that, this is out there." And I'm like, "Oh, that's weird." I checked notifications. I'm like, I don't see it anywhere. And I'm like, let me see your post. And he pulled it up, Warfighter Company. And I'm like, fuck, man. And I explained it all to him. He's like, shit. He went and changed it. And he's like, I did like 10 stories, but you can't edit a story.
Yeah.
And they were great. And he got like, the worst part is that post had like 5,000 likes.
Damn.
Yeah. To Warfighter Company.
So
right?
it gave me that error.
Yeah.
And then I went and I followed you with my company,
And then
and then it found it.
yeah, you have to follow Warfighter Tobacco in order to report Warfighter Company.
So, well, both of my accounts
Thank
fucking
you.
reported
Thank
it.
you.
So
I've done it on everything that I have access
there you go.
to.
That's 0.2% of your goal.
Fuck it. The more, the merrier. But yeah, so
Have we done it on Freedom Friends?
Not yet.
No, this is the first time that we've talked about it today. So
There you go. But if we're talking about Instagram, you can go follow. You can go follow at Battle Pub Games.
Yep,
Shameless plug.
do it. Everybody
Also, just a
fucking
quick
follow.
reminder for everything we talk about, sponsor-wise, all Warfighter, Battle Pub, Hero Sports, it's all linked down in the description wherever you're listening
Yeah.
or watching. So go hit those, follow, enjoy more.
Ooh, Warfighter Tobacco has a link tree, and we have a spicy link.
We do have a spicy line.
Fucking
Yeah.
yes.
We do, and only a handful of you will get it. A lot of you are going to be like, "What?"
Which
what?
I actually checked the
do it again.
analytics on the link tree, and there's a few
What
people that have
company
definitely
did
clicked that. So I hope it brought a smile to their face.
That's funny. Well,
So go leave reviews on like Google and Facebook and shit for the companies.
yeah, for everything.
You fucking heathens. Like go review Hero Sports and Warfighter and Battle Pub and Dave's Spicy Link, even if you're fucking a patron or not.
Review the new lip candy. Well, I'm surprised we've got an
Yeah,
hour, boys.
Yeah,
and we haven't brought that up.
Can we
What?
talk about it real quick, Dave?
What, the carnival ride that is Dave right now?
the absolute fucking.
I said it as soon as I fucking walked in.
Oh, as soon as I saw him, I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah, I think your exact words were, "You look weird."
I was like, "You look like you should be on a list," but I can't. I'm not sure if I also want to be on that list or in line for that list.
Oh, I'm looking for a ride. Like that's
Right?
fucking yeah.
No, it's
That's the second set of handlebars I want in my fucking stable right
There
there.
you
That's
go.
fucking,
Like it's something.
it's
That's for
real,
sure.
dude. Like that
Yeah.
is, it's healthy. It looks good.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'm fucking here for it.
Dude, I'm not
You
gonna
need
lie.
to not grow out the rest anymore. It just
No,
needs
it's-
to be that.
it's Sand Snake Stash.
Like it's
So
it's awesome.
That's what we've decided.
I think I also
Uh,
love that it's in regulation.
mostly.
Like, almost.
It's still outside the lips.
Yeah.
Slightly, but
Yeah.
just enough.
Yeah.
It's enough to where like the first sergeant's not going to say anything.
It's Navy
Yeah.
reg.
Yeah. That's just a shock absorber for a high speed cocksucker.
That's all that is right
like
there.
the Air Force, you get away with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get
Oh,
away
yeah.
with that in the Air Force.
Yeah.
I think the next time that you grow the beard out and they go back to the mustache, you have to do the Texas mustache where it just goes down.
All the way down.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. You just do a
Oh, the
duster.
Lemmy?
Yeah.
Just a the Lemmy.
Yeah.
Trick question. Lemmy is God.
No, it's I've decided this is Sand Snake Stash.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
getting ready to head down to Palaca for RCBT Sand Snake.
We are. We are.
And,
In about what? Fucking 20 days.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, 19 days. We're
Yeah,
heading
something like
way.
that. Yeah. So couple other guys down there, they're gonna grow theirs out. One guy's already got on board. So
When you putting yours on, Mikey?
I already have mine on. Right,
Right?
here.
Yeah.
It's right there.
It's right there.
Dude, can you imagine if I just kept a mustache?
I want you to
This
so
thing
bad.
Oh my God, it'd be
Dude,
amazing.
This
God.
thing is fucking healthy, bro.
I want you to. I think we should do it on a live, and you should let me shave the rest off.
I think you should set.
I don't think this is a good idea at all.
I
It's
do.
an awesome idea.
I
No.
think you should
It'll
set.
grow back.
You should set a massive, like, absolutely insanely huge donation goal for Hero Sports. And if
Yeah,
it
that you'll go
hits,
to just the
then
stash.
you'll go to just the stash.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think like
Like something gross, like 25 grand.
Oh, 20, 50 grand.
there you
50 grand.
I will call
That's a title
everybody
sponsor
that
for one
I've
of our
ever
events.
known that has more than $10 in their pocket and be like, listen.
Yeah, I'm about to call some of the corporate boys that already know back you and be like, "Hey, look,
Hey,
it'll grow back."
you know what?
50 grand donation to Hero Sports.
50 grand donation to Hero Sports. I'll shave it to a mustache.
Okay.
Fucking
Ooh.
A.
That's fair.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Will you let me do it?
We need that as micro content with
Yep.
a link in the bottom.
100%.
Will you let me
Yep.
do it?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, so we got to do it. That means you got to put up a GoFundMe.
Well,
No, let's not do
They just-
GoFundMe. They
they
take
just
a
go-
they take a chunk.
Yeah. Well, can't we just donate?
Just go to
straight
Hero
through
Sports.
Hero Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Just put a note in.
Yeah.
You know,
That says-
we'll talk to Barker. We'll get a separate donation page
Yeah.
just for Mikey's
That's
mustache.
just
There you go.
mustache ride.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
That just says mustache ride.
We got to come up with a good hashtag for it. Like,
yeah, hashtag flavor saver.
I like hashtag Mikey's mustache ride.
Yeah.
Trying to rhyme heroes with something.
Hashtag Mr. Fahey's wild ride.
Yeah, right. Everybody has time for Mr. Fahey's wild ride.
Yeah.
No, dude, 50 grand donations to Hero Sports for me to shave my beard into a mustache.
Fucking $50,000 donation to Hero Sport. I'll line up with you.
Right?
Oh shit!
Well, no, because you're saving yours for the wedding, though. We're not going to fuck that
I'm not
up.
gonna raise 50 grand by October.
That's probably true.
Hold
Actually,
my beer.
I don't know about that.
What's that Rolodex, John?
I know, right?
I saw a story today about a group of 3 teenagers in high school that raised $260,000
for their janitor
to retire.
So he can retire.
But that's they're gonna look
Good
at this.
fucking group of kids, man.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that people don't give a fuck about veterans, so
I
we'll
also-
never raise the fucking money. Like,
It's true. It's true.
the only time anybody
They
donates.
love to talk about like
The only time
veterans.
anybody donates to veterans is they're getting something out of it. That's why every fucking veteran organization has to throw an event, and you get to go like golfing, and you get a dinner, and you get all this shit, and then they'll give money to fucking veterans.
You're not
Nobody
wrong.
just strokes a
Double.
fucking check. They always have to get something for it.
You're not wrong.
That's why every veteran organization, there's auctions or raffles or in a golf event or a formal dinner or a trip to go.
A banquet, a fishing tournament, a
Yeah.
dove hunt.
I get to go to Africa and hunt fucking gazelle, and it's like, yeah, oh okay, fucking, I'll chip in $50 for that, and it's
Yeah,
like,
right?
nobody's just stroking a fucking check, but then everybody, when fucking Veterans Day comes around, has a fucking flag in their front yard, and it's like, cool, I'm here for the $20 to give to this fucking veteran organization.
You know
Like,
what they should do?
Are you
Every
like, do I
flag's-
get anything? Do I get like a koozie, or do I get
Like, no.
no? It's like,
They should-
oh well,
every
I can't do
flag
that.
sold the week prior to Veterans Day
That
should be.
yeah.
It should go back to. It should go. I'll go into a pool.
Yeah.
And qualified nonprofits should get a portion of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, case in point, I ran a fucking
That's
event at
gonna be
my
the
store,
3M
and we gave all the
disbursement.
charity, we gave all of the
Here's
money
your
to
check
Hero
for
Sports,
$3.52.
but everybody wanted to come to an event to be able to do it. Nobody just walked up and was like, by the way, I love the organization. Like, fucking here's $1,000.
Like it does happen. There are some guys out there that do it. There are, but it is. You're right. It is few and
it is
fucking
the
far between.
exception to the fucking rule.
Yep.
Like,
It is
so
very few and far between.
That's why I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
And they usually end up being invited to like sit on the board or something because it's like, hey, you're genuinely a good person. Would you like to be on our board?
Plus, I think everybody would get it if I was like, yeah, I'll fucking do it right after my wedding. My wedding's October 28th.
Yeah.
On that fucking Monday on the show, we'll go fucking live, and I'll shave it down to a fucking mustache.
There it is. Well, your wedding's October 28th?
Yep.
Did you guys change that day?
Nope. Trust me, the check I just cut to confirm that it is most definitely October 28th.
Is it? Are you doing it at Ren Fair?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
good.
Saturday, October 28th at 2 p.m.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to miss RCPT this year then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss that one.
Yeah, because you're kind of like in the wedding party.
Yeah, right.
I kind of expect you to be there.
And as much as I appreciate RCPT, I already missed one wedding of a good friend of mine for that organization. Remember when I jumped in the tuxedo?
Yeah. So Justin,
Yeah.
it's October 28th at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me all the important information.
You want to know where it's at?
You already said Ren Fair.
Okay.
He's already given
I'm
me
just
the
making
information.
sure that you know.
We're making improvements.
I
here,
don't want you to
boys.
miss it twice.
Well, so this is the second time I've heard him tell you about his wedding. The first time was a couple years ago, and apparently just didn't sink in.
Was literally
like I was standing next to him when he told you, man.
9919 in front of the Alamo at 1 o'clock. Okay.
I mean, fuck, Scott and I were there.
You guys showed up. Yeah.
He didn't love me back then. He was like, "Fuck that guy."
We actually, over the weekend, he shot our
Yeah.
announcement photography.
Yeah.
It was epic.
Nice.
It's very epic.
So, I'm looking forward to
your
seeing it.
dates.
I already gave him a dope ass fucking best man gift.
Do you have any idea how much use that thing has fucking gotten?
fucking good, but it literally it has the date. It said Justin and Abby's wedding, and then it says "You're the best man."
Yep.
Yep.
What is it?
It's a tabletop cigar cutter. So it's got like the twin
nice.
V cut and the twin straight cut, depending on the
shit.
gauge size and shit. I've always wanted one. And I don't think I've ever even told you I've always wanted one. I've always wanted one of those desktop fucking cutters, and he got me one. And it's epic as shit.
Is I know how often you lose your cutter. And I was like, nope.
I can't lose that.
No
Yeah,
more.
it just sits there.
Yeah.
The only thing I need now is a lighter that's that size that just
table lighter.
lives next to it. And it's just like, I can't put these in my pocket.
Yep.
We're going to have to also go like lieutenant style. We're going to have to tie it down to like a table somewhere with you.
I need a dummy
550
cord it
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to 550 cord my remotes down when I had an apartment in Arizona. And the best part is if somebody else was watching TV and I didn't like what they were watching, I just reached down and grab it. They would see it and be like, yoink, and fucking.
Yep. Dude, I found a guy on Etsy that makes Amazon remote covers that hold Apple AirTags in them.
Yeah.
So now my remote downstairs has an AirTag attached to it. So when I'm like, where the fuck? Because my children will just fucking willy-nilly grab the remote. And next thing I know, I find it out fucking back or something.
Check the neighbor's back.
By the way,
Dude.
Justin, feel free to steal this fucking idea because your wedding's coming up. We have this whole fucking giant outreach media engine that we fucking have. And if you think I'm not fucking putting my registration in the fucking comments on the fucking, I highly recommend you do the same fucking thing.
I've actually had quite a few Freedom friends.
Hey, dude,
be
put the-
fucking
Put the
you
registration link
registered?
in the
Yeah.
fucking comments.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, we got invited to a fucking wedding.
Yes,
Scott
we
and I
did.
did. Or Warfighter Tobacco, excuse me. We got invited to
Jason Means.
thank you.
Yes.
It's like my fucking I get hit in the head too many times.
TBI.
But yeah, it showed up in the mail.
Fucking
And so yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to make it. But I mean, we're obligated to give him a gift now. No, that doesn't mean all you fucks just send us invites.
Yeah. I don't think you're obligated to do shit.
No,
You
but
don't
he's a good
have to
dude.
do
He's a good
anything.
dude.
Well, yeah,
He's a
good
great
dude.
customer. He's been supporting us for a long time.
Well, yeah, like hook him up if you want
Yeah.
to, but you're not obligated
No,
to do
no,
it, man. It's like we got a lot of because it's happened to all of us. Where like you've gotten a fucking
has
random
gotten several
invite.
fucking wedding invites.
Well, yeah, you get like an
Yeah.
invite from someone, but it's happened to everybody. And I'm not just talking about the show, but I'm talking about like in my personal life where like I'll get an invite to a fucking wedding or to something. And it's like, I don't even fucking, it's like, yeah, I know him, but
I get that from relatives.
I don't know him that fucking well.
It's like some fucking cousin I haven't
Like
seen
some
in
third
fucking
cousin that's like-
25 years.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm
They're
not
like, here's
buying
my
you a
wedding, and I'm
fucking
like,
gift, bro.
motherfucker, you're,
Justin gets him two from relatives.
I was like, what the fuck, bro?
you're not my second. I see you all the time.
You said relatives, and I was like, damn, bro. Like, can you wait until we're not recording it?
I also kind of knew you were getting married before anybody else knew you were
That's
getting
also
married.
true,
So
yeah.
fucking, that's a different. No, like you know some of the fucking cousins and shit that I have.
yeah.
When was the last time I talked about ever seeing these fucking people?
I didn't even know you had
Shit.
cousins.
Right? And all of a sudden they send me wedding invites and like, and we're registered here. And I'm like, I'm not even sending the RSVP back.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you're not getting shit from me.
Fucking health and happiness, bro. That's your
fucking-
gift. Like,
I'm giving you thoughts and prayers.
New address. Who dis?
Yeah.
Right?
The fuck you are. That's why I stopped giving my fucking address to my grandmother.
because she gives it out
Yeah.
to everyone.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, well, you know, your fourth cousin, whatever, is getting married. I'm like, I don't need this fucking invite. I don't know who the fuck they
I've
are.
never even met that person.
Yeah. I don't give a
Well, you
shit.
can meet them at their wedding. No, that's even fucking weirder. That makes it fucking awkward as shit.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I'm really excited about my wedding because it's at a fucking Ren fair, let alone somebody else's.
That's the only reason I'm going to
Yeah.
it.
It's good because it's going to be fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Haley and I have already been looking into fucking outfits and shit. We're gonna
Yeah,
buy
so
some-
that's the other thing is that
we're gonna
people
buy
are
some
going to
wacky
get
shit.
invites because the only requirement is you're not required to get me a gift, but the only requirement to come to the wedding is that you have to be in garb. And the announcement that we're getting is going to have the links on the bottom for like, hey, go here.
Good.
This is where you need to go look for
Because I
your
was
shit.
Googling and I was just like, oh, I either go to some fucking BDSM website or like
Yeah.
some shit from China. And
No.
I'm like, what the fuck?
There's one site
I
that
told you, dude. I'm going night hunting, and I'm trying to get fucking trash pandas. And I'm gonna kill all these fucking raccoons because they got fat ones out at fucking Pipe Creek. They're like this
Yeah.
fucking big. I'm gonna kill like fucking 5 or 6 of them, and I'm gonna recreate his fucking cool ass winter fucking fox thing that he's got.
You better fucking get to work.
Yeah.
Tanning hides isn't quick.
True, very true.
My fucking fur guy just sent me an email and he was like, I was thinking for the wedding and I got this. And he's got a fucking white bear.
That's dope.
It's an albino bear.
That's dope until he tells you the price tag.
Yeah, I didn't even ask. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even want
If
to
you
know.
have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yep. That's why I didn't even
That's
ask.
like-
That's a ZJ,
I was
dude.
talking about the animals that I could shoot in Africa. And like the cool ones, it says POR, price on request. And I'm like, nope,
never mind.
I'm good.
So, but Caitlin requested wolf, that we wear wolf that she and I both have wolves at the wedding. So
That's cool. Well, you already got yours.
I don't have a wolf.
So
No.
yours were Arctic Wolf.
Mine's are Arctic fox, but we're getting wolves done.
Nice.
I don't know if you can do Arctic wolf.
Yeah, you can.
I think they're protected.
No. So there is a way to harvest their fur that doesn't have to do with actually like hunting them.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, so quite literally, you just
Show like
All
a haircut
6
or
people
what?
in the world.
Wait for them to die of natural causes and be like, dibs.
My Arctic foxes are essentially the same thing. And so what happens is they get to a certain age and then they're brought into like habitats to like help them. And then when they pass, they literally then harvest the fur and shit like that. It
Oh,
is
shit.
not inexpensive, but it can be done.
Huh.
So no, we're wearing black wolves and then all white underneath. So
That's fun.
yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then,
I just think it'd be hilarious to have like fucking
I'm pretty sure
raccoons
I'm one of the only weddings too that has a booze sponsor, which is
or coyote.
fucking awesome.
We get some coyotes. Just
Right.
fucking
I'll
have
get you
them
a coyote.
fucking-
I'll get you a coyote tomorrow.
Well,
I don't know why you'd want to wear that fucking scavenger
yeah,
animal, but
9 times out of 10, they're fucking, well, it's the same as a fox, man. They're all scavengers.
yeah, but foxes are pretty on their pelt. And fucking coyotes,
Coyotes are
not so
mangy
much.
as shit, dude.
They
There are
are.
some. I've seen some really nice ones. That one I fucking missed. That was a good fucking. I was mad. I was mad that I wasn't on because it looked so good. That
Yeah.
was a mounting one. That was one I would have mounted. Like it was fucking sexy. And
Like
I
his
was
mustache.
Mad.
Mhm.
It was like an animal made of Dave's mustache.
Because I would
Yeah.
mount that mustache.
You fucking right. You fucking right. Onlyfans.com/Dave's mustache rides. I'm into it.
You know what the disappointing thing is? Like, if I didn't shave between now and RCPT, I'd have a beard again by the time I got there. This is
Yeah.
this is a day and a half.
Yeah. And it's you're already you got the good 5 o'clock shadow going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it only took me a couple of weeks to come back and be a human in your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You needed something.
Yeah.
You needed something. So anyways, it's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO to score you that sweet 15% off. Of course, IC Tech coolers for those who get it. Go over there to ictech.com. Get yourself a quality cooler. Use that code FreedomFriends10. That gets you 10% off. And our good buddies, owellness.us for all your CBD needs. FreedomFriends25, that's your code there. That gets you a quarter off your order. But I'm going to raise my glass. I'm going to say thanks for being my Freedom Friends.
It's
Dave,
empty, but I'll cheers.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys. Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Your fucking mom's friends.
But Dave is definitely looking for a fucking rider for that
Yeah,
mustache. Because
yeah.
Jesus.
You will not be disappointed. That is like the Clit Tickler 5000 right there. Look at that
God
thing.
damn.
It's like he's got fingers.
That motherfucker shaved that mustache in and just went, I am become death. Because he is destroying pussy with that thing.
It's like, bro, our girls watch this show. What the fuck?
Yeah.
God damn.
Just DM your application and photos to Warfighter Dave at Instagram.
I hope he gets a bunch of like, hairy butthole picture dudes.
Oh, if I do, I'll send them all to you guys.
That doesn't change
It's just going to
anything.
be my hairy butthole
That's
pic.
a,
Like,
that's,
not gonna-
dude, that's a regular Tuesday in our DMs.
Jazz is going to do the Leo DiCaprio thing. I know that one.
Hey, wait a minute. That looks familiar. 3 little things, boys. Not hard to do. Jazz, hit him with the first one.
Fucking smoke on.
John,
Drink on.
and God damn it, kids.
Freedom to fuck on.
Later.